Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. Now, this one, as many of you who listen to this person and is familiar with him in his career know about the big uprising and turmoil and whatever else, good, bad, ugly, whatever it may be, that has happened in the past few weeks. We were talking about Mike Mangini and his new release from his band titled Mangini and his album Invisible Signs. And as we all know, or maybe you don't know, I don't know, he is no longer with Dream Theater. He was with them for 13 years, I believe. With the return of Mike Portnoy, it seems pretty good timing, I guess, that he's got the solo album coming out. Who knows how long everybody knew about this? I'm sure it didn't just happen. He must have known, with a little bit of warning, I would think. Maybe not, I don't know, that Mike was coming back. Portnoy, that is. And, he's been working on this for a little while. And so, with all that in there, I just figured I would pick this as a review. And I'd heard, a little bit of it anyway. So, and I liked what I heard. So I was like, kind of eager to get this. A little bit a day late on picking this one up, but I got it anyway. So anyway, enough babbling about that, because as a lot of people know, I tend to babble and babble and babble. But anyway, getting into this, when I first heard the song Freak of Nature, my first initial reaction was, wow, this dude has got a really cool killer voice. It doesn't sound like everybody else out there. And talking about the lead singer, and then I realized very quickly after getting this, oh, that's a girl. That's Jen Marju. I don't know. I'm probably not going to say this one right, because as many people know that listen to my stuff, I mangle the names. Jen Marjura, who is kind of funny. She's actually not really known as a singer. She has been, or was, the guitarist for Evanescence for several years. And I don't know what the whole deal was. There was a little bit of turmoil with that one too. She was fired from Evanescence for some reason. Don't know. That one was really abrupt, and she didn't see that one coming. But anyway, she came to know Mike through. She does these little 1-minute TikTok things, I guess, where they just cover a song, and it was a Stevie Wonder song. She had Mike play on, and Mike was like, "Oh man, this girl's got a really cool voice." So when he was doing this, he had her come in, and she sings on everything, and it's funny, Mike wrote all the music. He wrote all the lyrics, everything, all the keyboard parts and all the MIDI stuff. I don't know exactly how he did it, if he played it on... They keep calling it MIDI on here, so I'm assuming it was, he must have played the keyboard parts on drums. I don't know. Maybe that's what happened. I really don't know. If anybody out there has the answer to that, please let me know. So he wrote all this stuff himself, and he had... Gus G come and play all the lead guitar and everything, but he has Ivan Keller playing all the rhythm guitar. And the reason Gus G isn't playing anything other than the leads is because most of these songs are like 7-string, really low, the newer style music, and everything was like 7-string. And so Ivan Keller was recommended from Dino Jalusic, and who was in TSO with him, I guess, and also the Tony Dickinson, the bass guitarist on this, was also in TSO with Dino, and he kind of recommended these guys to Mike, and that's how he kind of formed the band. And I like the quick overview of it, I guess. And it's funny, because I just got done listening to Jalusic. I got that one way late. I wish I had gotten that album. I'm just going to throw that one out there real quick. If you haven't heard the Jalusic album, Follow the Blind Man, like, killer. I wished I had done a review on that one. I'm like a little bit late to the game on that one. It came out like over a month ago, but that's a killer album. Check that one out. So a little quick shout out in the middle of this one. I don't usually do shout outs, and probably in the middle of a review is not the best place to do it, but hey, that's what I do. Apparently starting now. And anyway, back to this album. So they obviously didn't get all together in the studio and record it. He kind of gave these guys the parts, and they had to interpret it, what they were going to do, from whatever parts Mike had written. And they, obviously kind of created their own feel to it. And it sounds like a band. It sounds like, the killer bass guitarist on this, by the way. So whatever Mike wrote, this guy transcribed and killer parts and killer playing. I'll give props to him. Like guitarists, you expect, like especially in the style of music. I mean, I guess you would expect it with bass players too, but this isn't as progressive as I had originally thought it was going to be. You're thinking Mike Mangini's been with these guys for a long time, the Dream Theater that is, and the song "The Alien's" like insane. It's what everybody kind of like judges drummers now on that song. Well, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people do. So he's like really known for these intricate, super crazy parts. I mean, he played with other bands before. Stuff he did with Extreme was pretty nuts too. But anyway, so I'm expecting it's gonna be a really progressive album, and it's really not. These songs are all just like, some are under 3 minutes, but like 3 to 4 minutes. There's 12 songs. This is like under 39 minutes. They're really short songs. They're catchy. It really like grabs you really quick, to the point, over and done. He's like killing it on drums, obviously, and there's a lot of cool little parts, and he does a lot of. There's progressive moments, but they're very quick, like with seconds. He'll do these weird fills and have the other instruments play along with it, but then it's right back to the main part of the song again. So it's like it's got songs with like really catchy riffs and catchy vocals too, but then he'll throw this little quick little thing in, and it's right back to the riff again. And I didn't expect to like it that much at first. I was like, oh, okay, the riffs, I can't say they're like super original or anything that's going to like wow you there, but what I liked about it overall is the fact that these are like very short, concise songs with a lot of little proggy things added in, and like metal prog, not like yes prog or anything like that, but very cool. And the singing on this, like her style of singing, very unique. Just the sound of her voice, she doesn't do a whole lot of high stuff. She has a very strong lower register, but it's got a really cool tone to it that like cuts through in these songs, and made it a really fun listen, actually. Gotta say, I really enjoyed this. A couple of the standout songs I would say on this that really stuck out to me were the two singles. So they picked smart there. Freaking Nature and Not Drowning are really cool, but Saying Sorry was kind of cool. And the other one that really stuck out to me was Glamorous Shades, and it ended with a cool little song called Black Box. It had a little bit of industrial type sounds to it. Another thing I just want to point out really quick, the keyboard sounds that were used in this were unique in a way that you in a heavy songs like this, because they are heavy riffs, they're kind of like, some people may refer to it as butt rock, but that type of riffing with more poppy keyboard sounds. There's a little bit of what you hear normally in a prog type setting, but a lot of more pop type sounds in there, which I thought was interesting. I don't really hear that too often. So there's a few little surprises here and there, cool little nuggets that were really nice to hear. But songwriting itself wasn't overwhelming, but the other little stuff added in was. So I thought it was pretty cool. I would probably rate this maybe like a 8 out of 10, 7.5, 8 out of 10 there overall, just because the songs could have been stronger. But other than that, playing's killer. The cool little stuff I just mentioned there was cool, and I've gone on way too long with this review already. So anyway, as always, feel free to share your feelings on everything, and if you've heard it and whatever else you want to talk about. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. This is like one dude we should keep out there. You just got booted out of a cool band, so let's support this album for him and get it out there and share it. So talk to you guys on the next one. See ya.